Part 1. The Introduction. We are drowning in information, but starved of wisdom. We have more options than any time in history, yet we are paralyzed by choice. We hustle and grind 24/7, yet we feel unproductive and deeply tired. This is the paradox of modern life. We have more, we can do more, and we are connected more, but we feel more distracted, more anxious, and more disconnected from what truly matters. What if the solution wasn't a new app, a new life hack, or a new productivity trend? What if the solution was old? For thousands of years, philosophers have been tackling the same essential questions we face today. How do I focus on what matters? How do I make good choices? How do I live a meaningful, productive life? Philosophy isn't an abstract, dusty subject for academics. It is a practical toolkit. And in this video, we are going to learn how to use it. We will explore 3 crucial areas. The philosophy of digital minimalism, how to reclaim our attention from the devices that have stolen it. Philosophical decision-making, how to use ancient wisdom to make clear, confident choices. And philosophy for productivity, how to move beyond busyness and cultivate true, meaningful work. By the end of this hour, you will have a new framework for thinking about your life. This is Philosophy for Modern Life. Part 2. The Philosophy of Digital Minimalism. Key Concept 1. Stoicism and the Dichotomy of Control. Introduce Epictetus. Explain his core idea. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. Link to digital life. You cannot control the algorithm, the notifications, the endless stream of content, or what other people post. These are externals. You can control your reaction. You control your assent, whether you agree to be disturbed. You control where you place your attention. Practical application. A notification is just an external attempt to get your attention. You have the power to refuse it. This isn't about blaming the tech, it's about empowering yourself. Actionable advice. Turn off all non-human notifications. Your boss can text you, an app shouldn't. Schedule your consumption. For example, check social media at 5 p.m., just as you'd schedule a meeting. You are choosing to engage, not being dragged into it. Key Concept 2. Epicureanism and True Pleasure. Introduce Epicurus. Clear up the misconception. Epicureanism isn't about wild parties. It's about achieving ataraxia, a state of tranquility, freedom from fear, and absence of disturbance. Link to digital life. Epicurus divided desires into natural and necessary, food, water, shelter, and vain and empty, fame, excessive wealth, social validation. Ask the audience, where does the like button fit? Where does endless scrolling fit? Scrolling gives us junk food pleasure. It's a quick hit of dopamine, but it leads to anxiety, comparison, and a feeling of emptiness. It is a vain and empty desire. Practical application. True Epicurean minimalism is not about renouncing technology. It's about asking a simple question. Does this tool, and my use of it, actually contribute to my tranquility? Actionable advice. The Philosophy App Audit. Look at each app. Does it bring you real, lasting value, or does it just create disturbance? Embrace high-quality leisure over low-quality distraction. Reading a book, having a deep conversation, going for a walk. So, digital minimalism isn't a new idea. It's Stoicism, controlling what you can control, and it's Epicureanism, choosing true tranquility over cheap distraction. Transition. Now that we've started to reclaim our attention, let's look at the second biggest challenge of modern life: making decisions. Part 3. Philosophical decision-making. We are paralyzed by choice. The paradox of choice is real. We have so many paths, we're terrified of taking the wrong one. Philosophy offers us frameworks that go deeper than a simple pros and cons list. Key Concept 1. Aristotle and eudaimonia. Introduce Aristotle. His big idea wasn't happiness, but eudaimonia. This translates to human flourishing or living a life of excellence. The framework. For Aristotle, the right choice isn't the one that feels best in the moment. The right choice is the one that aligns with your highest self and helps you cultivate virtue. Practical application. When faced with a big choice, like, should I take this high-paying but soul-crushing job, don't ask, what will make me happier, or what will earn me more money? Ask the Aristotelian question, which choice will help me become more courageous, wise, temperate, and just? This reframes the entire problem. The goal isn't to get a good outcome. The goal is to be a good person. The outcome is secondary. Example: a hard conversation you've been avoiding. The easy choice is to avoid it. The virtuous, courageous, just choice is to have the conversation. Aristotle would say to have the conversation. Key Concept 2. Kierkegaard and the anxiety of choice. Introduce Soren Kierkegaard, existentialism. Kierkegaard understood that big choices are terrifying. He called this the anxiety of freedom. The framework. For the existentialists, you are responsible for creating your own meaning and your own self. Every choice you make is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. There is no objectively right path. There is only the path you choose and commit to. Practical application. We often wait for a sign or for the choice to be clear. Kierkegaard says that's a mistake. You must choose and then make it the right choice through your commitment. Ask the existential question, which choice am I willing to be responsible for? Or as many modern entrepreneurs say, which problem do I want to have? This removes the fantasy of a perfect choice and replaces it with the reality of your choice. So we have two powerful new questions. From Aristotle, which path leads to virtue? And from Kierkegaard, which path am I willing to commit to? When we use these frameworks, we make better choices. And when we make better choices, we can finally focus on our work. But what does it mean to be productive in a philosophical sense? Part 4. Philosophy for productivity. Our culture is obsessed with productivity, but it's really an obsession with busyness. We measure our lives in tasks completed, not in meaning generated. Philosophy helps us separate the two. Key Concept 1. Aristotle and telos. Bring back Aristotle. Introduce telos, the end, purpose, or final cause of a thing. The framework. The telos of a knife is to cut. The telos of an eye is to see. What is the telos of your work? What is the telos of your day? Productivity without telos is just busyness. If you don't know why you're doing something, you can be 100% efficient and 0% effective. Practical application. Before you write a to-do list, define your telos for the day. Ask yourself, what is the one thing that if I do it today, will make this day a success? This is your purpose. All other tasks are secondary. This is the deep work philosophy by Cal Newport, articulated by Aristotle 2,300 years ago. Key Concept 2. Absurdism and Sisyphus. Introduce Albert Camus and the myth of Sisyphus. The framework. Sisyphus is condemned to push a boulder up a hill only to watch it roll down forever. This is the ultimate unproductive task. And yet, Camus concludes, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. Why? Because Sisyphus is conscious of his fate, he owns it, and he finds meaning in the struggle itself. Linked to modern work. So much of our work feels Sisyphean. Answering the same emails, sitting in the same meetings. Practical application. We can't always change what we do, but we can change how we do it. The Sisyphus mindset. Instead of focusing on the pointless outcome, focus on the process. Be fully present. Push the boulder with all your might and focus. Find meaning in the doing of the work, not just the result. This is productivity as rebellion, finding meaning in a task even if the world
you to choose tranquility over distraction. When you are frozen by a big decision, that is Aristotle asking what will make you a better person, and Kierkegaard demanding you make a choice and create your own life. And when you feel that your work is a pointless grind, that is Aristotle asking what is your purpose, and Camus reminding you to find dignity and meaning in the struggle itself. Philosophy is not a passive pursuit, it is an active one. It is not a set of answers, it is a way of questioning. You don't need to implement all of this tomorrow. Just pick one question. Is this contributing to my tranquility? Will this help me flourish? What is the purpose of this task? Start there. Because philosophy isn't something you know, it's something you do. And it is the most powerful tool we have for living a better, more meaningful modern life.